morning everyone. Every week I stand up and say I'm a business coach and I specialise in sales, and I thought perhaps that confuses some people. So what I'm going to do today is tell you all the different things I do in a logical way that I hope will help you, because what I'm all about is helping you grow your business. So what do I do? There's four main things. First of all, business coaching. Then there's sales training, open workshops, and finally public speaking. So I'm going to go through those four things, give you a bit of an overview of the different areas in which I work. So first of all, business coaching. Well, what's that all about? The bottom line with business coaching is I create change within your business. How do I do that? Well, I come in and I look at your strategy, and that's your vision, your mission, your values. Help you set goals, help you plan. And my function is to make sure that you don't have a plan that you never work through, you actually implement the thing. And when it's a bit tough, I'm there to support you and motivate you. And when it's going well, I show you how to capitalise on it. And also a big thing that a lot of business owners don't get, accountability. Because the nice thing about working for ourselves is we can do what I want. We can do what we want. The downside is, because we can do what we want, we don't always do what we should do. So who might benefit from business coaching? If any of these resonate with you, it could be that business coaching is something you need to consider. So firstly, are you struggling to bring in money in your business? Are you overwhelmed? That's quite a biggie, especially for those of us who work on our own or are starting to grow and we've got a team. Are you spending marketing money but not necessarily getting a return on it? So in other words, perhaps you're generating leads but they're not turning into sales. Do you feel like you've got a lack of clear vision? You're working on the business, you're working in the business, but you should be working on the business. In other words, you should be thinking about the future and next year, next 5 years, but actually you're just focusing on the stuff that's happening today. And then finally, no one else really understands. My mum still periodically says, would I need help getting a job? I think my kids are convinced I watch telly all day. Unless you're a business owner yourself, no one else really gets you. Even my friends don't really understand it. And it's not like you can download your clients and go, hey, it's all going really badly. Because we can't do that. So who else can you talk to? And that's where a business coach can be very useful. So what's it all about? Well, money. Now let's not be ashamed to talk about this. That's what we're all here for. Yes, we may love what we do. Yes, we may make a difference. But at the end of the day, we've got to put a roof over our heads. We've got to feed our families and hopefully have some sort of quality of life. So what do I do for my clients? Well, on average, I get them between 20% and 48% growth in 6 months. If I don't think I can do that, I won't work with them, because it dilutes my brand and it's not fair for them to invest in me. But what it means for most businesses is that they get back what they pay to me many times over, because I focus on sales. Okay, so the second thing I do is sales training, and I'm going to talk about teams. So what we're looking at here is businesses that are a bit more established and they have 4 or more staff, because otherwise it's not worth actually running bespoke training. It can be anything from one session, so we need a top up for our staff, or it could be on a regular basis. So I've got one client, I've been working with them for 2.5 years, and roughly once a quarter I go in and I do sales training for them. It may be that you've got new staff in your business and they need to learn about sales. It may be you've got existing staff, and if they've been there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, yes, they've got experience, but are they doing things right? Have they got into bad habits? Or do you just want to motivate them and invest in them? Typically, people get me involved when they've got a problem to solve, and in sales, usually it's we're not converting enough, we're not selling enough, or it could be customer service, which is very strongly related to sales. And recently I've started doing level 4 sales apprenticeships too, which means that I'm working with big companies to get their staff qualified in sales. Not going to go into this in a lot of detail, but these are some of the companies that I've trained. And it's a wide variety, anything from Greencoat Capital was a green investment organisation. They invest £4 billion a year in green projects, right up to ingredient solutions for a cheese manufacturer. And then there's some smaller businesses here, and you might recognise some of the names. I thought of Rachel when I put this up. I did some associate work with a company called Sales Doctors a couple of years ago, and as a result I've trained a lot of independent estate agents. Obviously not you, but a lot of them really need sales help. Really bad at answering the phone, really bad at justifying the cost in a market where purple bricks is what people see, and they can't understand why an estate agent would charge 2 or even 3 or perhaps 4%. Okay, so the third area is open workshops. Now I do 2 main open workshops, and on your desks I've put my flyers, and that has the dates for the whole of the year. My 2 workshops are How to Sell, which is a 2-day intensive masterclass if you like, and LinkedIn training, which literally is just a 1-day workshop. Periodically as well I do other topics too, so sales planning, presentation skills, body language, negotiation, all related to sales, what we call soft skills. This, you may recognise a couple of people here. We do fun. Okay, you'll learn better if you're enjoying yourself. So this was my last How to Sell course, photo taken by Jordan, featuring Jordan and Jero. It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good.
LinkedIn was an accident, total accident. I was at a networking group one day, and there was an expert on Facebook and there was an expert on Twitter, and we were having a social media day, and no one knew about LinkedIn. So I had a little light bulb moment and said, if I could show you how to fill out your LinkedIn profile, would anyone be interested? And that was 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since I've run LinkedIn workshops. And I think one of the reasons it's successful is that I'm not technical, so I can talk like you to you and explain how it works, which is a big deal. And in 2018 I worked out my LinkedIn statistics, and this is how it went. Off of Facebook, my typical customer was worth about £85 to me. Through networking, my typical customer was worth £265 to me. But on LinkedIn, my typical customer was worth £10,080. So I do spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. The leads I get, when they come, they tend to be big, they're easy to close, and they're a perfect fit for me. Okay. And then the fourth area is public speaking, which I don't think I've mentioned much. But for me, public speaking is a great way for me to get leads. And I've been really fortunate. I've spoken at some really good places, like the 40th Business Show. I did a big conference at Pharmacy Forward at Olympia. I was the keynote for the sales conference for a company called House of Colour. And I love speaking. And this is part of my speaker's sheet. So, to finish, what's a good referral for me? Right, a coaching referral would be stressed out business owners who want to grow their sales. Ideally in the sort of £500,000 plus area. It doesn't have to be. I work with a lot of sole traders. But because I grew a business previously to £3.5 million turnover, I know what to do to get you into that sort of ballpark. So a good referral for sales training is businesses who have 4 or more frontline sales staff. So it could be people answering the phone, it could be people who are charged with going out and finding business. A referral for my open workshops is entrepreneurs and self-employed people, so probably someone who hasn't got enough staff to justify getting a team trained, but what I get is a lot of people on my sales course who, because their business is quite small, they need to be the person who sells. Now they might not enjoy it, or they might not be good at it, but if they can get a certain level of income, then they can employ someone else. So I can help through my training get you to that stage. So what's my referral for public speaking? Event organisers, people looking for a keynote, I want to get involved in more webinars and podcasts as well. So if you know people who do webinars and podcasts and want guest speakers, and actually I didn't mention it there, but the radio as well. So that's it. And remember, because I do know how to close, all I need from you is an introduction and I'll do the rest. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions for Janet while she's up? Any questions about the sales course?
Yes.
What sort of areas would you cover?
All over the UK.
Okay.
I was in Weston-super-Mare last week.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, as long as you've got to pay transport, but I'll go anywhere.
Okay.
Actually, Hawaii is on my possible list.
Any friends in Hawaii?
China's quite good.
No.
No. You're all right.
That's catered over there, Tony.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now you know more about what Janet does.